Greetings, YouTubers. This is Gene, aka the Brooklyn Blue Jay, getting ready to do some tank maintenance. I wanted to do a short update here in this corner. Can I get my finger in there? No, I cannot. Hey, there we go. Here is the Cabomba that was sent to me by Ruben. It's been in here a week, and a couple of things have happened. One of them being, look at the growth. This thing, in the course of a week, has already reached the top of the water. A couple of other things happened, like some of the plants just came up out of the substrate and floated to the top. So I have to go in and replant those. Another thing is some, I guess, melting is what you would call it. Let me see if I can find it right here. You see this? This was a cap, or the top of the plant. I don't know if you could. Let me see if I could zoom in. Oh, it's not focusing. Focus. Here we go. I don't know if you could see that. There's some like breakage. Let me see, right there. See where it's like bending a little bit, and like it's thinner there at the bend, and it just breaks off. And some of it, I think there's one of those little tops there. There it is over there. See that? There's a top floating. So I'm having that melt and break happening with this plant. I figure it's adjusting to this tank and the water parameters of this tank. So I'm gonna do some trimming and replanting of the Cabomba. There goes some floating water Sprite. Then I'm probably gonna have to trim a little bit of that too. Most of my floating plants are gone. Just this duckweed will not, of course, you know how duckweed is. It'll just continue to propagate itself. So I constantly have to go in there and scoop some of that stuff out. I'm going to trim this here wisteria. And I'm happy that the, what is this, the dwarf sage, it's beginning to have runners that are reaching out in different areas of the tank. Yeah, so that's really nice. I'm happy for that. I love this brownish color of the Cabomba, and I'm just looking forward to having that establish itself in this tank, because I think that it is definitely some color, much needed color for this tank. So as you can see here, we got a lot of this stuff in the water. I don't know if you can. Yes, there you go. These little, from the Cabomba, like these little needles, the little leaflets, or whatever you want to call them. There goes. These are falling off. Quite a bit of it in the water. So hopefully that will improve. Hopefully the plant is just adjusting to the water parameters, because I really think this is a beautiful plant, but I don't want these beautiful purple-like leaves to just completely go bald. Tips on Cabomba care. Alright, thanks. Okay, so here we go, post water change, and everyone seems a little bit more cheery, or at least a little bit more active. The threadfin rainbow fish, they love to spar. They do a lot of sparring back and forth. I've read that it usually is harmless, and I would say yes to that, except for I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago, I found one of my beautiful healthy males dead. So I suspect that maybe they do maybe he did fight to the death and lost. But anyway, you know me, I just talk on and on and on. Here we go, post water change, and it looks a little bit better in here. I think that maybe I should have trimmed that Cabomba. Sorry, it's noisy out there. That Cabomba down more, even though I do like taller plants, and it's kind of like sloping down to like shorter plants over here. Not that this tank is aquascaped. It's not really scape tank at all. It's more of a jungle, which is what I wanted, was a jungle. And I'm pretty happy with this tank. I'm pretty satisfied with this tank. I would like it to get more jungly, just like everything just fill up. And the dwarf sage is beginning to, where's a good example? It is beginning to produce runners. And so I would love if I had a bunch of dwarf sage around the bottom. That's just me. That's just my desire, my little vision here. But no, this is not an aquascaped tank. And I had my first water change disaster today. So today's a milestone. Yeah, so down here in the shrimp tank, what I usually do is on a stool, I have a bucket of water, and I take a little airline hose and I put it in the tank, and I have it drip the top off water, so fresh water goes in here. So this, I was yammering on or whatever, doing video, and this was going, and it was up to the top, up to where it needed to be. I thought I was clever. I yanked the little airline tubing out, and I was like, all right, cool. I got it just in time. Went off to put away my all my buckets and my supplies and everything that I do for my water change, and came back, and there was water all over the floor here, everywhere. Luckily, I did have a towel down when I was doing my work, but I mean, there was water all behind and underneath here, which is where all the electrical stuff is. So I had to pull all the plugs. You see everything. I have everything's main. There's two main plugs, the top tank and the bottom tank, and then that goes into a power strip, which everything for each tank is on a power strip underneath here. And this was filled with water. So I panicked a little bit. I just pulled the plug, and I had to go in there and dry up everything. So, yes, as Mass Aquarium said it, and I forget who else. I think it was J.W. Heiser, Captain Awesome. They both said it, you don't walk away from your tanks when you're doing the water change stuff. With me, I pulled the hose out thinking, all right, cool. But it was only happening on one end. So I don't know what I did wrong, but when I took the hose out, I guess the hose that was still in the water, it just kept on putting the water that would have gone in, the fresh water for the top off, was now just spilling up all over the floor. So just like the pros say, don't walk away.